Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Miss Faye and this is my world. Okay, today's message is, how do I break a soul tie? How do I break a soul tie? Okay, before we get started, I want to say welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to all of the new viewers. Welcome to all of the new subscribers. And welcome to you who have been with me from the beginning. I really appreciate you. Now, those of you who are new to this channel, I will answer your relationship questions. So at the end of the video, I'll show you a link where you can send in your questions, and I will either answer them privately through the email, or I will share them online with the collective. And it really can be your decision. Now, those of you who are interested in these caps, they are now available in my online store. So just go down to the description all the way to the bottom and you'll see a link that says online store. Just click on that link and there you have it. Okay. All right. Now it's time for today's affirmation. Okay, ladies, here it is. All right. I am creating my own reality, writing my own story, and anything is possible. All right, ladies, you got it? I am creating my own reality. You know, we always talk about that. You create your own reality now. And writing my own story. Okay? You are in charge. You are the captain of your own ship. Okay? Anything is possible, which means that you can create anything you desire in your life. This is today's affirmation, and think about this throughout your day. Okay? That you are creating your own reality. You are writing your own story. And anything that you desire is possible. Okay. All right. Let that sink in. Just think about it throughout your day. All right. Okay. Now, let's dive into the message today. How do I break a soul tie? And this message was inspired by a letter that came in. So let's dig into the letter, and then we're going to talk more about this message. Okay. This is a young lady, and she starts off by saying, I lost my beautiful grandma last year. She was 101 years of age. You know what? I plan to make that age. Okay, right with your grandma. She loved me when others didn't show me love. And she stuck with me through bad choices. She was my best friend, and I was responsible for her care as she aged. And I made sure to do my best for her. I know you did. And I know how you feel, because my grandmother was like my best friend too. You see, she stuck with me through a lot of my bad choices too. So I know you loved her very much. Well, you remind me of her. Thank you. What I mostly admire of her is letting men go out of her life when it wasn't working out. But I do recall a man she did love so much, but he was overly jealous and beat her so bad that it hospitalized her. And he was a married man that didn't want anyone else to have her. You know what? That's a shame, for her to have endured this kind of pain in her life. I never understood why she talked about her marriage to him, and he was married to someone else. Well, she felt like it was a marriage, and that's why he treated her the way that he did. You see, because in her mind, she was like the other wife. Okay? And he took advantage of that. All right. I also know she stayed by my side with the man I am married to now. We have been married for 18 years. And he is addicted to drugs. She stood with me when I married this man, but my parents didn't come to the wedding. They told my son and the other family not to come to my wedding. I have lived with this husband 18 years and departed many times because he leaves without notice for days, and I hate it. I try to give him chances, so I let him come back time after time. That's a mistake. When he left the first time, you shouldn't have taken it back. Okay, but I understand you were married to him and you wanted your marriage to work out and you take him back. Ladies, we do this. Many times we'll bend over backwards to try to make these situations work out. And when we do that, they rarely work out. And I tell you why. Because the other person doesn't care as much about it as you do. And they can see that you care more about it than they do. They take advantage of it. And the whole thing just falls apart. You understand? Okay. I have so much to say here, but I am again not accepting my husband's behavior and not allowing him to return. Okay, well, good for you. I want more out of life. I want to go forward and not backwards. He is my high school sweetheart, even though it didn't feel like a sweetheart. I love him so much and I wish it could work, but it's not. I think about his departing for drugs or a person. It is hurtful. He says it's drugs. You're right. You don't know who it is when he leaves. And it's probably both. Okay? He's probably got somebody else who does the drugs with him or gives him the money for drugs or supplies the drugs. Okay. I am strong until weeks have passed and then I get weak. He calls back and forth. He shows up at the door and knocks often. His mom calls. He texts over and over. Then I consider his addiction weakness after hearing him begging to be with me again. Yeah, he wants to be with you. He wants to be taken care of. It's rough out there. Of course he wants to come back. And his mother doesn't want him coming over there, so she wants you to take him back. Nobody wants this responsibility. And because you married him, they want to push the responsibility of him on you. But it's not your responsibility to take care of this man. Okay? I feel that you are heaven sent. We need your joyous maturity, like a grandparent in this life. Please pray for me and other women that have a hard time with loving themselves and not being afraid to walk away, even when we love someone. It's very hard after we make decisions to have a better life and self-love. I know God has better for me. All right, here we go. You've been married to this man for 18 years, and he's addicted to drugs. So you have been down a very dark and lonely path with him. 18 years is a long time to be with somebody on drugs. And then he comes back and forth to you. All right, let's go back. Let's go back. I hope you realize that it was a mistake to marry him. Okay. But your question here is, how do you break a soul tie? And we're going to concentrate on that, on your question. All right. 18 years is a long time. You tied to him pretty good. Okay. All right. So this is what you need to do. You didn't say in your letter that you plan to divorce him. You just said you're not going to take him back. Okay. All right. So don't take him back. All right. Don't answer any of his calls. And after a while, he'll stop. Don't answer any texts or calls from his people either. Let that go. Okay. And hopefully he'll leave you alone with time. And I'm sure he will. Okay. He's got to go somewhere to get his drugs and somewhere to live. So, he's going to be leaving you alone in a minute. This is what you need to be doing to get on your spiritual path. That's the only way you're going to break the soul tie. Okay? In the description, there is a link. How to start your spiritual awakening. I believe that's the title of it. You need to click on that link and you need to start the process. Okay? And I'll tell you, the process is you need to go to the divine to ask for healing. Number one, healing. And doing this healing, see, you want to build up your self-esteem. You get all that through your healing. Okay? And then you start your meditations every day. And we're doing it. We're helping you with the affirmations. Okay? If you watch me every day, I will give you an affirmation. Okay? Now, you need to spend time to meditate. At least 15 to 30 minutes a day. And if you can go outside and do it, it's even better. And what that entails is that you just quiet your mind. It's quiet. And sit and be peaceful. It needs to be in a peaceful place too. You can't do it if people are yelling and screaming and noise all around. It needs to be in a quiet place. Okay? Because you are spending this time just to listen. To listen to the divine to lead you in the direction that you need to go in. And these things will start coming to you in this practice. And you will get these hunches and your intuition will get stronger and you'll begin to listen to your intuition. And before you know it, you'll be more powerful than you are right now. You see? And you'll feel more confident. You'll feel your self-esteem and your confidence growing. You see? And on top of that, another benefit of being on your spiritual path is that negativity and toxicity will begin to fall away from your life. You see? Because you'll be on your road to happiness. And that's where you want to be. Okay? And breaking that soul tie. As you progress on your spiritual path, you will find that you won't be thinking about him as much. You won't ache for him as much. You won't second guess yourself as much. You see? And then you feel yourself getting better. I know when I started on my spiritual journey, it was right after I got discarded from a narcissist. Okay? And I really suffered narcissistic abuse. So my self-esteem was very low. If at all. Okay? Because I had done everything possible to stay with that narcissist. Okay? Other than I did not beg him not to leave. I didn't do that. I didn't do that. But when he was with me, I did everything to make him happy. That was my thought every day. Now, what can I do to make him happy today? You understand? Disregarding my happiness totally. I didn't, understand? My happiness was making him happy. You see, narcissists feed on that. Not saying that your man is a narcissist, but I'm telling you that I was with the narcissist. And when I got on my spiritual path, okay, I was still aching for this man. Okay? But as I started my affirmations and my meditations, it started to fall away slowly. I wasn't thinking about him as much. I wasn't aching about the situation as much. Things became clearer, what happened in the situation and my part in it. And all of this is in the healing process. You understand? In your situation, you had a part in it. You chose him. You understand? The universe will reveal everything to you and make it clear while you're on your spiritual path. You see? And out the other end is where your happiness is. Okay? And your blessings will begin to flow. So, I hope that you understand that message. And I really hope it helps you. Okay? Because breaking a soul tie is not that difficult. And plus, you know, many of us need to break a soul tie and we don't realize that we need to break a soul tie. We're just going through the motions of our lives. We know that we have been with people. We may have been with a lot of people. We're just going on with our lives, but we have a lot of challenges in our life. There's always some challenge coming from somewhere, because you are filled with soul ties. These negative energies have filled you, have filled your spirit. So you are attracting more and more challenges in your life because of all of these negative energies that are going on in your spirit. Okay? That's why it's so important for you to break a soul tie and be very careful and discerning about forming another one with somebody else. Take your time with these people until you really get to know them. You don't want to keep bonding with any and everybody. It's not good for you. It's not good for your health. It's not good for your well-being. And it's definitely not good for your spiritual growth. Okay? All right. We got another letter here. And let's see what she says. All right? Do men get soul tied, or are they successful in not showing it? Okay. You know, yeah, men get soul ties. They do. And they do show it. And I'll tell you how you know that they're showing it. These men who are hurt by a relationship, if a relationship breaks up and they are hurt by it, that's a soul tie. Okay? And these men, they can't eat, they can't sleep. You understand? They're begging for the woman to come back. And that's a soul tie. You understand? Men do show soul ties. So don't be confused. And it goes for men too. If you want to break a soul tie, you need to get on your spiritual path. It's the same thing for the men as the women. It's a spiritual thing. It's not a gender thing. You understand? And men do, usually, you see the soul tie effect from a man when he really has fallen in love with the woman and it doesn't work out, or the woman hurts him some kind of way and she cuts it off and now he's devastated. That's the effect of the soul tie. Okay? People, I hope that you understand this, and I hope that you understand this message today. How do you break a soul tie? A soul tie is a spiritual bond that you form when you have sexual intimacy with someone. Okay, you form a bond there, a soul tie. And the only way to break that tie is spiritually, because it's a spiritual bond. Okay. I hope you understand this message, and I really hope that it helps someone. All right. For those of you who have questions that you would like for me to answer, here is the link. Send your questions to Miss Faye's World at hotmail.com. That's Miss Faye's World at hotmail.com. And I try to keep your letters to one page. Just summarize your situation and ask the question. And if you prefer that I answer your question privately through the email, just put it at the very top of your letter and I will comply. I want to thank you all for supporting this channel. Thank you all for your comments and for your letters. And a special thank you for those that leave a donation. I really appreciate all of you. I wish you all well. I wish you all happiness. And I really hope to see you next time.